and nightmares. The effects are devastating, and for me, it's lasted my whole life. I suffer because I can't trust anyone. I want to fight back. I want people to know it's wrong to abuse children.
Miller Genuine Draft takes a look back at the second game this year between the Magic and the Bullets on November 25th in Landover. Despite the absence of injured big man Shaquille O'Neal, Orlando jumped out to a 10-point halftime lead. The Bullets closed to within one thanks to a 35-point, 8-assist effort by Robert Pack. But in the game's winning moments, Orlando went to its go-to guy, Penny Hardaway. Hardaway, who finished with 30 points, sank 2 clutch jumpers to ice their dramatic 114-112 win.
And welcome back to U.S. Arena. Sellout crowd of 18,756 expected tonight for the third matchup between the Bullets and the Orlando Magic. And the Magic won in November the 6th in Orlando, 105-95, and won again here November 25th, 114-112. And here are the members of the Orlando Magic.
Number 1, Anthony Hardaway. At the other guard, 6'6" out of Oklahoma, number 14, Anthony Bowie. At center, 7'1" out of Louisiana State, number 32, Shaquille O'Neal. At one forward, 6'10" out of Clemson, number 54, Horace Grant. And at the other forward, 6'8" out of Georgia Tech, number 3, Dennis Scott. The Magic are trained by Lenny Currier. The assistant coaches are Richie Adebato, Tree Rollins, and Tom Sterner. Head coach of the Magic, Brian Hill. The starting lineups for our Washington Bullets. At guard, 6'1" out of Oklahoma, number 20, Brett Price. At the other guard, 6'7" out of Indiana, number 40, Calbert Cheney. Center, 7'7" from Romania, number 77, George Irazar. At one forward, 6'10" out of North Carolina, number 30, Rasheed Wallace. And at the other forward, 6'9" out of Michigan, number 5, Juwan Howard. The Bullets are trained by Kevin Johnson. The assistant coaches are Bob Stack, Derek Smith, and Buzz Braden. The head coach of the Bullets, Jim Lynam.
And here are the Safeway starting lineups tonight for Orlando. Anthony Hardaway in the backcourt along with Anthony Bowie. And rounding out the starting five for the Magic, Shaquille O'Neal at center, Dennis Scott and Horace Grant. For the Bullets, Brent Price and Calbert Cheney, who had a 20-point game his last time out against San Antonio. George Irazar coming off that big game against the Spurs, flanked by Juwan Howard and Rasheed Wallace. The Bullets coming into this game, Phil, with 30-36, 3.5 games off the last playoff spot in the East. The Magic, as I mentioned earlier, are 51-17. They've won 4 in a row and 8 of their last 10.
I think one of the similarities you'll see with the last two teams is the fact that they have strong inside-outside games. We saw Chuck Person hit some key baskets for San Antonio. Of course, Dennis Scott is capable of doing that, as is Hardaway. and Anthony Bowie as well, a good outside shooter. So they have to protect the outside, but of course, periodically give some help to George on Shaq.
And this will be Shaq's first game against the Bullets this year. He missed the 2 previous games with an injury. It's the first 23 games of the season with a torn ligament in his thumb. And here are the officials tonight: Ron Garretson, Mike Callahan, and David Jones. The Magic are trying to win their 4th straight road game for the first time in franchise history. They've won the last 3 games away from Orlando. And they'll have first possession. Penny Hardaway picked up by Calbert Cheaney. Hardaway in the top 20 in 4 different statistical categories. They go right into the big man, Shaquille O'Neal. Rebound to George Murasov.
George can present a tough target to shoot over for Shaquille if he just stays out of foul trouble. Tries to play those lanes away from him.
Juwan Howard shot rims out. Rebounded by Dennis Scott. You can tell Horace Grant's been reading the scouting report, just watching how he guarded Juwan that time. He was overplaying him to his left. Shaq with a ball fake and the spin, and a foul on George Murasov. You and I were talking earlier about the difference in George's playing David Robinson and Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, I think that David has probably a little more foot speed, although you couldn't tell that from this move here from Shaquille. But I think Shaquille still has that youthfulness at heart, and he's going to try and challenge George, try and go right at him, above him, up on top of him. Maybe not use as much finesse as we saw from David Robinson.
Shaquille O'Neal, a notoriously poor free throw shooter, 46% on the season. And he makes 1 out of 2, which is 50%. 1-0 Orlando. The Magic apply some pressure in the backcourt. George trying to post up on Shaq. Forced him to alter the shot. Hardaway runs it up. And they go right after George early and try to get him into foul trouble and get him out of the game.
Boy, good turn. And that's something else that you mentioned. I don't think that Shaq has the ball handling skills that David Robinson. David Robinson handles the ball very effectively going to the basket.
Orlando has won the last 3 games in the series between these 2 teams and 13 of the last 16 matchups. Juwan Howard gets a good low post position, but then travels.
Good call and good defense there. Horace Grant having to fight through the pick from Calbert Cheaney, but still establishing good inside position. And you just see just a little over anxious. He shuffles his feet.
The Magic are playing without Nick Anderson, who has a contusion of the left shoulder. He's in street clothes tonight. Hardaway works in the lane, scores on a turnaround jumper. He has had 25 and 30 points in 2 games against the Bullets this year.
Well, we haven't seen him since early on in the season, but one of the things we marveled at then was the fact that he's picked up some weight, and it's good weight because he's much stronger. He's able to hold his position.
Pass almost picked off by the Magic. The shot clock is down to 7. Into Murasov, blocked by Shaquille O'Neal, who went up early and got it. Anthony Boyd pushes it up. Dennis Scott puts up a 3. Murasov wins the battle for the rebound. The Bullets have the numbers. Rasheed Wallace.
Dennis Scott made a smart decision by not challenging that shot by Rasheed Wallace and just got out of the way. Rasheed with great explosion off of the flat jump.
3-2 Orlando in the early going, and they post Hardaway on Calbert Cheaney. Bingo.
Well, I tell you what, Penny makes it look so easy. Calbert, a strong defender, keeping him away from the basket, but Hardaway's just hit 2 quick jumpers.
Calbert can return the favor at the offensive end. He drives and picks up the foul. A hand check call on Penny Hardaway.
And that's what we saw 2 nights ago in the San Antonio game from Calbert. Some very aggressive, strong moves to the basket. Kept the defense on its heels.
Brent Price misses a 3-pointer, rebounded by Shaquille O'Neal. 5-2 Orlando with 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Horace Grant and a mismatch against Brent Price, but can't take advantage of it.
Got a little help from George Murasov.
Cheaney with the open shot. 5-4 Magic. It's a busy stretch of late for Orlando. They played 7 games in 7 cities in 11 days. Horace Grant connects from the outside. They went on a 4-game West Coast road trip, playing 4 games in 6 days. Came back home for 1 game. Played Wednesday night in Boston, and tonight here at USA Arena. We're almost hoping, and maybe this team is a little tired.
And this is a good stretch for the Bullets, even though they're playing some very tough teams. No back-to-back games, at least not this week.
Juwan Howard goes one-on-one against Horace Grant. He's played him tough so far. This time, Juwan wins the battle.
Yeah, Horace not buying any of those fakes, so Juwan, the first time, got called for traveling. This time was a little more patient, made his move.
Shaquille O'Neal misses the jump hook. Juwan Howard pushes him out. Bullets with a chance to take the lead. Rasheed Wallace over Dennis Scott. And it's 8-7 Bullets. Shaq moves into the low post. Murasov tips the pass away. Grabbed by Hardaway. And he throws it away.
I mentioned before, a team with one of the fewest average turnovers per game. Anthony that time threw the ball away. Looked like he got something in his eye.
Orlando averaging only 14.4 turnovers per game, which is second best in the NBA. Pick and roll, Price to Howard. Murasov backs it out front. Down goes Bowie. And it'll be the Bullets' possession. We get a timeout with 6:53 left in the first period. Bullets 8, Magic 7. Check out all the action of the NBA when the Denver Nuggets make their only visit to USA Arena on Sunday at 3:30. Then the Indiana Pacers come in on Wednesday, March 27th at 7:30. For tickets, call Ticketmaster at 202-432-SEAT, where the American Express card is always welcome. Chris Webber is with us tonight, so is Mark Price. Robert Pack also injured. The word on him is that he's probably a week to 2 weeks away from practicing full tilt with the team, and they expect him back playing on April the 4th against Miami. John Nash, the general manager, was saying that he still doesn't have complete feeling in his foot following the knee injury, a nerve injury, but and the problem is they can't get him enough practice time. He wants to get in 4 or 5 full practices before he plays, and because the team is on the road so much, that's going to be difficult.
Nice lob from Juwan. Rasheed going well over Dennis Scott. Dennis got called for a little bit of a nudge, and there's Robert Pack. You're talking about not having time to practice. The Bullets have 5 games coming up in 7 days, so you're right, not much time to practice.
Juwan Howard with a fadeaway. His second basket, the Bullets lead 10-7. 6:20 remaining, first quarter, not much scoring so far. Shaquille O'Neal with a jump hook. Shaq's first field goal, he comes in averaging 25.8 points a game. Last year he led the league in scoring. Price for 3. Hardaway dishes to Scott for a 3-pointer. His 222nd 3-pointer of the season. He's already set an all-time NBA record.
Yeah, you got to find Dennis very quickly.
Howard is double teamed. Calbert Chaney from the baseline. The Bullets are shooting the ball well early.
Calbert's off to a good start. He's made his first 2 shots.
Bullets have hit 6 of 12 shots so far. O'Neal with the stuff. And it's 14-12 Orlando.
Yeah, defensively the Bullets are gonna look like they were gonna take a break.
Juwan Howard gets a good look and buries it. He's hit 3 in a row. That play was created by the penetration of Brent Price.
I think he lulled everyone to sleep thinking that he was gonna call a timeout.
Hardaway. Teams are heating up. All of a sudden, nobody's missing.
He's made that look so easy after you had two Shaq baskets. They've got to force him a little bit further out before he receives the ball, but then you have Penny that comes down and makes it look so easy.
Murison with a jump hook. It's short.
George seems a little bit overly cautious of Shaquille's presence. He's not really going right into a shot.
And he's missed his first 3 shots. Shaq takes it to George. Rebounded by Brent Price. Juwan Howard in the left hand. And the Bullets have tied it at 16. Juwan Howard has scored half the Bullet points. Don't lose, George. That's how he
That
picks
could
up
have
his
been a
fouls.
cheap one, yeah.
Tipped out to Price. The Bullets running the break pretty effectively so far.
I think he wanted Rasheed to look for the back door.
Howard trying to take advantage of the size difference, guarded by Hardaway. Nice passing into Rasheed Wallace. No, what a tough angle. But he'll go to the free throw line.
Good passing from the Bullets. They kept the defense at bay with good crisp passes that went from one side of the court to the other and resulted in a shot underneath the basket. Brent Price. And that's where Rasheed could use a little bit more body weight to hold off that kind of pressure and that kind of contact.
That's the first foul on Shaquille O'Neal and the 13th foul on the Magic. Substitution for Orlando. Veteran John Koncak checks into the game, replacing Shaq. Koncak in his 11th year from SMU. He started at center early in the season when Shaq was hurt. 18-16 Bullets.
Of course, early on, that was the time that Penny was really carrying this team. Horace missed a few games himself.
Anthony Bowie posting up.
Let's see if the Bullets come down and try and get George involved in the offense. He struggled a little earlier with Shaq in there, and now they've got Koncak. They're going to try and get the ball to him.
Double teaming this time. The lob intended for Wallace is batted away by Horace Grant.
Boy, good alert play. Horace.
3 minutes left in the first quarter. The score tied at 18. They've got Bowie posted on Brent Price. The lob over the top. Help from Murison. And that foils the attempt by Bowie. Thought he got fouled. Howard to Wallace. And Rasheed looks like he's hurt his left hand.
Might be a finger that got jammed, but that lob pass from Juwan got there a little too quickly. Watch it go hard off the glass. Rasheed really wasn't prepared to go up that quick. He was just starting up. But the Bullets will maintain possession.
Washington Post scoreboard. Charlotte leading Atlanta early in Charlotte. Detroit over New Jersey by 5. And in Toronto, it's San Antonio with the lead. Back to Mel and Phil.
And rumor has it that Mike Tyson has just walked into the building, and I believe we see him across the way with his entourage. A couple of heavyweights are here tonight, Chris Webber and Mike Tyson.
But you're talking about a couple of guys that were with him. They looked pretty big, too.
Foul is called on John Koncak. There's Tyson. Scanning the intricacies of NBA basketball in this time. Playing a pick and roll and down.
Yeah.
McIlvaine scores. Jim just came into the game.
Big Mac showing some of that strength on that muscle play. He got fouled hard by Anthony Bowie, but still was able to continue up, put it off the glass, and get the short two there. And the free throw line, we'll see.
Yeah, and a three-point play for Jim McIlvaine. The Bullets now have McIlvaine, Liddell Eccles, Brent Price, Juwan Howard, and Calbert Chaney on the floor, and they lead 21-18. 2:24 left in the quarter. Hardaway posts up on Chaney. Here comes help.
Good help from McIlvaine, who's going to lead Koncak.
Scott nails it. 5 points for Dennis Scott, 21-20 Orlando. Chaney tries to feed McIlvaine, is stolen by Bowie. His pass is picked off by Brent Price. Price will take the three. Hurried down a little bit.
Yeah, he did. He was looking behind him really for Penny Hardaway.
Brent has missed all 3 of his three-pointers so far. Horace Grant from the outside. 22-21 Orlando. Both teams shooting above 50% in this first quarter. Chaney looking off a pick by McIlvaine. With the runner.
Got the roll. That's a tough shot to make as he curled around the middle.
Keep in mind the running one-hander shot by Bernard King over the years here.
That was his package shot. Yeah.
Bullets by 1. Grant again from the outside.
This is a very good shooting team, this Orlando team, and they also show you how well they can execute. With double team, they get the ball in the hands of the open guy.
These are 2 good shooting teams. The Bullets are second in the league in field goal percentage. Orlando is 5th.
Yeah, there's Liddell.
Ooh, wide open too. Long wants to score though. McIlvaine with the offensive board, throws it back out to Chaney. And he's over the midcourt line, over in back violation.
Yeah, they got to do a better job of getting the ball to the open man. Right now, Juwan, at least on that last possession, Juwan was intent on challenging Horace Grant.
Brooks Thompson, number 22, is in the game now for the Magic.
It's a backcourt violation.
30 seconds left in the first period. The Magic lead by 1. And Chaney fouls Hardaway. First foul on Calvert, and only the second team foul against the Bullets. Looks like they want to spread it out, go into a 1-4 set, and let Hardaway create something.
They can use almost all of the game clock.
Here comes Horace Grant to set the pick. Grant pops from the outside, misses this time, gets it back, fires again, just misses a 3. And that would have counted. The end of the first quarter, Orlando leads the Bullets 24-23. Police Department have joined together to help curb youth violence. D.C. youth between the ages of 6 to 16 are encouraged to introduce themselves to a uniformed D.C. police officer. Youths will receive a Bullets player card for each introduction. Each card features a conflict resolution message. And once the set is collected, the Hoops mascot card can be exchanged at any precinct for a coupon good for a pair of Washington Bullets tickets.
Slow down, slow down.
And these folks will be entertaining at halftime. These folks are entertaining right now. Liddell Eccles slips inside, banging and scores.
Been effective all year coming off the bench, giving a good punch.
Shaq is back in at center for the Magic. He backs down on Jim McIlvaine and scores. He made that look easy. 7 points so far for Shaquille O'Neal. First quarter shooting, the Bullets were 10 for 20, 50%. Orlando 11 for 20, 55%. Howard against Shaq. He wants to go out in the open court and take him. They spread out, let him go.
Well, Brett didn't look at the 3 that time.
And he had it.
Yeah, he was 0 for 3 in that first quarter, so maybe a little reluctant, but he's got to keep shooting. He's a good shooter. He's got to understand that.
The Magic have Brooks Thompson, Joe Wolf, Anthony Bowie, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dennis Scott on the floor. For the Bullets, Brent Price, Juwan Howard, Tim Legler, Jim McIlvaine, and Liddell Eccles. They go to Shaq, and he delivers.
Well, he's really warming up now. He's going right at Jim McIlvaine.
9 points for Shaquille O'Neal and a 3-point lead for the Magic. And the Bullets turn it over. Dennis Scott brings it across.
Go right back down to the Shaq.
And this one rattles in.
Looked like Bowie got a piece of it, and I thought they may be giving that basket to Anthony Bowie. Boy, if they gave it to him, that should have been goaltending.
Scored that basket for Bowie. And it's 30-25 Orlando. The Bullets will use their 22nd timeout.
Yeah, lineup's going to get George back in the lineup. Shaq's really been going at Jim McIlvaine. Take a look at it. There you see him trying to hold him off with the right hand, but Shaq's just too strong. Shoots a little fadeaway. Is the ball in the cylinder still? Really, it didn't look like he touched it from that, did it? But it certainly was in the cylinder if he did.
And Bowie got credit for the basket. Bowie, of course, created some controversy in a recent game against Detroit when, needing only 1 assist for his first career triple-double, got a rebound with only a couple of seconds left in the game, called a timeout, which enraged Detroit coach Doug Collins. He said, if you want the assist that badly, we'll give it to you. Ordered his team not to play any defense. He picked up the assist and got the triple-double, but it also cost Doug Collins $5,000.
Yeah.
He was fined by the league for telling his team not to play defense.
Well, you and I were talking about that before the game, and two things come to mind. How did he know that he was 1 assist away from that triple-double? Nice shot from Liddell.
That's a three-pointer.
And number 2, what is the importance of getting a triple-double when you have to, call a timeout? The game's decided. I mean, the whole idea is to do it in the process of getting a win.
I agree. How many times were you playing the game and you knew your stats? I mean, why you were playing? Were you aware of how many points and assists you had?
No.
I wonder how he knew. That's a turnover by the Magic. Chris Whitney checks into the game. Whitney, by the way, will most likely be signed for the remainder of the season. His second 10-day contract expires tomorrow. And the Bullets, in all likelihood, will sign him for the rest of the year. They are pleased with the way he's played.
Oh, certainly has. He's played with a lot of confidence and poise, made good decisions, and shows a quickness out there that you like to see.
Bullets ball with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. And the Murasan for a good shot, but he misses it. George has not scored yet. 30-28 Orlando. Murasan is 0 for 4 from the field. Shaq takes it to him. Throws it down.
And that's what he's out there to do. That's what he wants to do. He wants to take it right at George and throw it down on him.
The Diesel.
Yeah.
He's got 11.
Right.
Liddell Eccles backs off and unloads a 3. Rebounded by Anthony Bowie. Just under 9 minutes left, second quarter. The Magic lead by 4. Scott puts up a 3-pointer. George can't hold it, but it's tipped out to Eccles. He loses it.
Gets it back.
And Juwan Howard is mauled as he drives to the basket. Foul is on Bowie, his second.
Well, Liddell does a good job running this ball down. Nice head fake there. Really just beat Bowie to the basket. This is that last dunk that Shaq got on George. Just backed him down underneath the basket, and at that point, not much you can do.
Penny Hardaway checks into the game for Orlando. And Donald Royal, number 5, is also in. Juwan Howard makes 1 out of 2. He's got 9 points. It's 32-29 Orlando. Hardaway into Shaq, who just misses the slam.
Good hustle from Whitney.
Liddell Eccles barreling up close to Juwan Howard.
Whitney got that ball loose and then continued to provide a shield for Liddell Eccles. 3-on-1, not much Wolf could do, really.
The Bullets have outscored Orlando 8-0 on the fast break. Shaq jumping right into George, missing the shot.
Bullets taking a page from what they saw from San Antonio, who showed a lot of fast break baskets.
Juwan Howard against Joe Wolf. Brooke Thompson saves it. 7:45 left in the first half. 32-31 Orlando. Hardaway posting Eccles. And a hand-checking foul is called on Liddell. No basket.
Penny a little upset that they blew that whistle, but once again, you can see the fact that he still has his quickness and then the strength. This is the attempted lob dunk. Shaq just couldn't get it to go down, but he's got his offensive game going on.
Rasheed Wallace is back in for the Bullets.
As you said, doing a good job converting their fast break.
Hardaway pinned into the basket, feeds O'Neal, and misses the jam.
I think
brings the crowd alive.
Got fouled.
Liddell Eccles. Looks like he's determined to score tonight. He's come in and scored 7 quick points, and the Bullets lead 33-32.
And remember what we said about Shaquille liking to really go right after George, right at George, and he missed that last dunk, missed the lob dunk before that.
Shaq again. And the foul is called on George Murison, his second. That hurts. We get a timeout with 6:54 remaining in the second quarter. It's 33-32. Bullets over the Magic. Lions 50th anniversary. And by Geico, one 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Call 1-800-841-3000.
There's a lot of text tonight to read.
Somebody trying to play a trick on me or something just to see how many words I can get in?
But you done good.
Thank you. Shaquille O'Neal done good, too. He has 12 points and has already taken 13 shots.
Yeah.
He's 5 for 13 from the floor.
We were talking about during the break, not a lot of free throw shots, although you see that's only their 3rd and 4th free throw for the Magic.
And that's the 11th lead change we've had so far, so it's been a tight one. And Murison is scoreless so far. He's missed all 5 shots he's taken. Normally he hits those.
And he's got, boy, that's a tough one for him to catch.
Shaq out to Wolf.
And that shows you how athletic Shaq really is. I mean, he had to turn around in air to catch that ball and then gather himself as he came down to avoid traveling.
And Joe Wolf gives Orlando a 3-point lead. Chris Whitney penetrates, tries to feed it off. Liddell Eccles with the off-balance shot. Batted out of bounds by Shaq. Liddell Eccles reminds me a lot of Super John Williamson, a great guard who played with the Nets and briefly with the Bullets. He takes those off-balance, unorthodox shots. Tim Legler drives in and is fouled.
You know, that's the first time I heard that comparison, but as soon as you made it, I could agree with you. Both of them like to get up in the air and then kind of double clutch. Here's that last move by Tim Legler. He was surrounded by defenders for the Magic.
And Tim Legler, an 84% free throw shooter, will go to the line. I remember Super John Williamson out here before a game one night practicing, falling down and hitting shots, off-balance shots. In fact, actually practicing those types of shots that he used in the game.
Well, that's the smart thing. That's what you should do. You don't usually anticipate having tough shots like that, but Super John could feel it.
36-35 Orlando midway through the second quarter. Hardaway gets inside Liddell Eccles. Penny has 8 and the Magic lead 38-35. Once again push it up. They've had pretty good success pushing the ball up and getting some easy shots. Rasheed Wallace with a turnaround. He gets the roll. Nice first half for Rasheed, who has 8, and that cuts the Magic lead to 1. Here comes the screen and roll. O'Neal slides the basket. Monster slam.
Well, you've got to find another way to deal with that two-man game. There's not much you can do because you've got to get help on Penny on the baseline, but then that frees up Shaquille.
There's Daryl Dawkins. He would have given that dunk a name. Legler with a scoop.
Nice move.
40-39 as a team straight baskets. Magic by 1. Donald Royal drives in and misses the layup. Look out. Almost picked off by Brooks Thompson.
Well, one official called it bullet ball. Here's that last play. You see George has to step on the baseline to stop Penny, but that leaves us direct path to the basket for Shaquille O'Neal, and he knows right where to go. Look how high up Penny lofts it. Of course, it's 6'8" or 6'9". Penny can see the court pretty well too. Just an awesome two-man game, and well, you got to come up with a way to deal with that play.
And that dunk shook the whole building. I think he's got a reading on the Richter scale. Whitney for three, and Chris hits it.
Well, he shot the ball well. Since being here, he's made some critical key baskets.
42-40 Bullets. Hardaway with the off-balance shot. Shaq snatches it and scores again. He's got 17 in the first half. He ties the score at 42, but the Bullets are staying right with the Magic despite a big first half by Shaquille O'Neal, who's outscored George Murison and Jim McElvain. 17-3, only McElvain has scored. Murison has been shut out. Echols. He has 9 off the bench, and his shooting has been important in his first half. He's hit 4 of 6 shots, including a 3. Bullets by 2, less than 4 minutes to go in the half. Back to Shaq. He has been unstoppable.
Well, he starts hitting those kind of shots. You know you're in for a long night. That's what you want to do. You want to have him fade away from the basket.
His season high is 41. He's already got 19. Legler for 3. He gives the Bullets the lead. Every time Shaq scores, the Bullets are up to the challenge and come back. And Legler's three-pointer puts the Bullets up 47-44. Tim has been struggling with his three-point shot of late. Made only 1 of 5 coming into the game. And a turnover by the Magic. Whitney using his quickness with Shaq on his back.
Boy, he did a great job, number one, in being able to dip that shoulder in front of Shaq and getting the contact.
Second foul on Shaquille O'Neal.
Watch him turn that corner, and Shaq, a fast man in his own right. But there's that left shoulder, gets the contact, throws it up to the glass.
That's got to be scary, being chased by a guy that big, 7'1", 300 pounds.
Oh, Whitney doing everything well, 58%. Just coming in 20 days ago.
He hasn't missed a free throw. He's 7 for 7. He's 6 for 10 from three-point range. Showing some quickness. 5 points for Whitney. The Bullets bench is doing a good job so far. Whitney has 5. Eccles has 9. Legler 7. And the Bullets lead by 5, their biggest lead. The bench has outscored Orlando's bench 22-0. This will be on George Murison. I thought it might be on Shaq for going over somebody's back, but it's on George.
I thought so too, but Shaq's on the floor there. Couldn't tell if he was holding his hand or...
And that's the 3rd foul on George.
That's a tough shot from Penny, who can finish off. Well, there you see the contact. It looked like George got him across the face.
Timely question. Only 2 players in NBA history have won a state high school basketball championship, an NCAA title, an Olympic gold medal, and an NBA championship. Name those 2 gentlemen. Very timely with the NCAA tournament going on. Rasheed Wallace, no helping Phil Chenier. I know Phil needs help, but you can't get it from Sheed.
Repeat the question, will you?
They've won high school basketball championships, an NCAA title, an Olympic gold medal, and an NBA championship. There are only 2 men who have ever done that. Who are they?
Three-pointer by Dennis Scott. Come on, Phil. That's a tough one. I just threw up a wild guess.
And Chris Mullen
Mel goes in with K.C. Jones and Bill Russell.
The answers: Irvin Magic Johnson and Quinn Buckner.
Quinn Buckner.
Should have known that. Yeah. That was a tough one. Good one. Good question.
Now, when have you known Mel to say a good question after he's gotten it wrong?
That was actually some substance to that question. Rasheed Wallace.
Oh, tough shot.
Teams continue to trade baskets. The Bullets lead 51-47. They played extremely well against Orlando. 2:20 left in the half. George Murison now on the bench with 3 fouls. Horace Grant. His third outside jumper.
Boy, he makes you pay when he gets an open shot. It's good as gold.
Horace has hit 4 of 7 shots, most of them from the outside. Shot clock is down to 6 and stolen by Hardaway.
I think Juwan was pointing to a wet spot on the floor, but first off, I thought he was trying to trick Horace Grant.
And Whitney picks the pocket of Brian Shaw. Great play. The dish to Wallace, the wraparound intended for Howard, and the Bullets give it up.
You mentioned before the Bulls have done a good job so far this half converting their fast break attempts. That time had a 3-on-2. Couldn't get the job done.
Brian Shaw into Shaq, and he scores again, and this may be an offensive foul. No, it isn't. It's on McElvain. That's 21 first half points for Shaq.
Big Shaq's going to work in there. And he's getting more than dunks now. He's getting his shot off. Leaning in, shooting in awkward fashion.
Horace Grant gets it back and scores, and there's a foul. So Shaq missed the free throw, but Grant converts, and Jim McElvain picks up another foul.
Well, that's real quick.
2 quick fouls on McElvain. He's got 2. George Murison's got 3.
This is one team you certainly don't want to get your centers in foul trouble, especially when Shaquille is shooting the way he is right now.
Another offensive rebound, this time by Hardaway. Out to Scott. Back to Penny for a 3. They get another offensive board as Shaw misses the shot. Out to Whitney. Good luck catching it.
Well, the Bullets had something good finally come out of that. They gave up 2 offensive rebounds, but then got an easy breakaway.
Less than a minute to go. The score is tied at 53. Bullets have 12 fast break points, but here's the offense for Orlando. Shaq misses. Shaw on the offensive glass.
Boy, what's happening with these offensive rebounds? They've had 4 offensive rebounds the last 2 or 3 possessions.
Brian Shaw was just activated. He's been on the injured list. 55-53, Orlando. Juwan Howard working hard, and he's fouled. Foul is on Hardaway.
Now Horace raising his hand. He doesn't have any fouls. Hardaway has 3 now. But Horace Grant making it awfully difficult for Juwan to get a good clean look at the basket. Horace, of course, respected as one of the top power forward rebounders.
Brooks Thompson replaces Anthony Hardaway. So both teams have key players in foul trouble. Hardaway has 3. George Murison is on the Bullets bench with 3. Juwan Howard has averaged 22.5 points a game and 7 rebounds against the Magic this year. He's got 12 in the first half. It's 55-54 Orlando. And they can use all the clock.
They don't want Calvin to use that pick set by Shaquille.
Brian Shaw works his way to the lane and feeds Shaq. And he was fouled by Juwan Howard. Foul coming with 1.8 seconds left.
Orlando did a good job of taking all of that 24-second shot clock. Brian Shaw gets the pass off. Is that Juwan that picks up the foul?
Yep. Shaq has made 3 of 5 free throw attempts so far. Buzz Brayman, who's one of the Bullets assistants, was down in Orlando working with Shaq, and he feels that if he could work with him on a regular basis, he could improve his free throw percentage. He said the problem is during the summer months when he really needs an extended period of time to work with him, and Shaq's got so many other things going on that it's hard to keep him in one place for a couple of weeks to work on the free throw shooting. He's off somewhere doing a movie or making a video. Whitney for 3.
Didn't get it off the time, yeah.
But a good first half, and at halftime, the Magic lead the Bullets 56-54 with Shaquille O'Neal pouring in 22 in the first half.
Steak and L's news.
He's had
Shooting the ball well.
Yeah, he's had to work hard for those. Horace Grant has been all over him. Look at that.
Big factor here.
Yeah.
The Bullets with 26 bench points, led by Liddell Eccles with 9. Tim Legler has 7.
Yeah, good balance all the way around. Calvin Chaney shot the ball pretty well, too.
And the Bullets outscoring the Magic 12-2 on the break. So we've got ourselves a game going despite 22 from Shaquille O'Neal. It's only 56-54 Orlando at halftime. Bullets trying to get Big George going. That's his first basket.
Nice shot. And you notice that Shaq is jumping almost before George goes up. He blocked a shot that way by anticipating. So now it's up to George to kind of counteract that.
Murison is tied it at 56, and now it's Shaq's turn. And he delivers 24 for Shaquille O'Neal. The season high is 41 against Portland. His career high 53 against Minnesota in 1994. Just in case you're wondering. Ball. Brent Price misses the 3. He has yet to hit one. He's 0 for 4. Shaq trying to get George to pick up another foul. Not this time, though.
I think the Bulls are going to have to send somebody to help out a little bit. They're giving Shaq a little bit too. Oh, George.
Oh, yeah, the play of the year.
Well, that's the shot of the game. Mark that one. Nice shot.
That brings the fans to their feet. The 7'7" George Murison, the tallest man in NBA history, making like a guard.
Well, let's take a look at it again. Oh, Gypsy do underhand.
As Shaq says it's my turn, he's called for traveling, and the fans love that. Really, I thought Brent Price made a mistake when he gave the ball to George. I don't think he realized.
He didn't realize that was George. Yeah. You look at that move around. One hand.
One for the books.
I love Michael Jordan there.
Gee whiz. That's amazing. Juwan Howard scores, and that play by Murison seems to have picked up everybody. It's 60-58 Bullets. The point guard, George Murison.
So let's move him to the small forward first, and then we'll get him down to the point guard.
That was amazing. Penny Hardaway posting up on Calvin Chaney, gets him off his feet. Nice crossover move to score. Hardaway with 10, and it's 60 all. Neither team has been able to open up a big lead.
Said Calvin Chaney shot the ball pretty well in the first half. He shot it perfect in the first half.
The ball movement, they find the open man, but Juwan Howard misses the shot. He knew it was off, hustling after it. He's pushed out of bounds by Horace Grant. First foul on Grant.
One, making sure the ball girl's all right.
Chaney drops it into Murison. And this will be on Shaq. So George is really doing to Shaq what Shaq did to him in the first time.
Yeah, he's challenging that time. He went right at him. That's Shaq's third foul. And that was a good, smart move from George. Whoa, almost hooked him with that elbow there.
Price trying to find the three-point range, throws up an air ball. Brent Price coming into this game shooting 47% from three-point range is 0 for 5.
The last two were deep three-pointers.
Horace Grant with a 17-footer. Chaney up high for the rebound. Tough pass to handle, thrown behind Juwan Howard.
Well, you got to convert those fast breaks.
And Rasheed steals it. And we've got an open man, Juwan Howard. 62-60 Bullets. Juwan has 16 points. 8:45 left in the third quarter. The Bulls are playing some inspired ball tonight. Shaq and George going at it head-to-head. Oh, he got away with a hook.
Yeah, he did, but I still think when Shaq is bouncing the ball that much, that's when you have to send somebody at him.
It could have very well been an offensive foul.
Yeah, we saw that arm wrap all the way around George, but again, I just think that's the time to send that double team.
Chaney denied by Grant. Juwan Howard scored. He's got 18, and it's 64-62 Bullets. See if they go back to Shaq.
Yeah, Jimmy Ryan was saying to the referee just what you just got through talking about, Shaquille's wraparound as he went for that last basket.
Horace Grant misses the follow. Shaq gets it back. Throws up an air ball. It's out of bounds the Bullets. Off Penny Hardaway. Liddell Eccles replaces Rasheed Wallace. Liddell had a good first half. In 12 minutes, he scored 9 points and hit 4 of 6 shots.
Yeah, they're getting it. And Rasheed was shaking his hand in the first half. He seems to have injured it. Looks like he's going back to get the trainer to take a look at it.
Murasov sets up shot down low, but misses the shot. Doesn't look like his balance is very good in a lot of the shots.
No, and again, I think he's anticipating some more force.
Hooked away by Liddell Eccles. And Liddell runs the floor. Juwan Howard tries to get it to him, but the Bullets turn it over.
Let him a little bit too much. George pointing to him. I mean, Juwan pointing to himself. Gotta think. Gotta keep thinking.
7:10 left in the third quarter. The Bullets lead by 2. Magic going to Shaq on almost every possession. He's got 28 points already.
Yeah, there's that balance you talked about. He stepped out to turn him back, but was not able to quickly recover, and that left a wide open lane for Shaquille. He's bumping him. Shaquille's just too much there.
Airlines fly Southwest, the low-fare airline. By Hoover, nobody gets the dirt like Hoover. Nobody. And by your friends at Toyota for quality and value that's simply the best. See your Toyota dealer today.
Well, you asked a great question. Why don't the Bullets do some double teaming on Shaq? Because he's handling the ball a little too much.
Put Mike Tyson on him for a while. That'll stop him. Tyson knock him out.
Oh my God.
Mike Tyson to a 10-day contract.
He bring the people in, that's for sure.
George might be a better opponent or Shaq than some of the guys Tyson's been fighting lately. Oh, what a move by Penny Hardaway. Hanging in the air and scoring. Foul is on George Murasov. That's 4 on him.
George has been attacked from all angles. Here, you're going to see the finesse side of the Orlando Magic. Penny Hardaway hanging in the air. Liddell doing a good job driving him where he wants to. Supposed to get the help baseline. But Penny just so good in the air. Finishes it up. George going to sit down with 4 fouls.
Been a frustrating night for George, who scored only 4 points. 66-64 Orlando. Shaq is getting a rest now. John Koncak is in at center. Price out to Chaney. Got it. 8 points for Calvert Chaney. Let's quickly check in with Al Koken.
Well, Mel, I wish I could give you better news on Rasheed Wallace. The word I'm getting from the Bullet locker room, a fractured left thumb. That's a major injury at a critical time for the Bullets.
Oh, boy, so it goes. Dennis Scott drills a three-pointer. The Bullets have been snake-bitten again this year, losing Chris Webber for the season, Robert Pack, Mark Price, and now it appears Wallace will be lost for some time.
And just at a time where he's getting a lot of minutes, playing productively.
69-66. Eccles trying to tie it. Rebounded by Horace Grant. Hardaway beginning to assert himself, the offensive end. Dennis Scott posting Liddell Eccles.
Good defense from Liddell.
Almost picked off by Hardaway. Chaney into Juwan Howard, and he got fouled.
Bullets have been alert in terms of moving the ball up court, advancing the ball. And once again, they get some good numbers, spread the floor out, and make some good crisp passes to get the ball in the hole. That time, Juwan draws the foul. But they've done a very good job. In fact, midway in this third quarter, the Bullets were recorded for 15 fast break points.
And you can't help but look at this group with Chris Webber, Robert Pack, and Mark Price, and now you can add Wallace to the list. I just wonder how good this team would have been had that group remained healthy.
Yeah. Well, there's an old saying that I heard a long time ago, and I believe in it. Sometimes it's better being lucky than good. You've got to have the luck to keep those kind of players, key players, healthy.
Jim McElvain managed to call a 20-second timeout, so the Bullets will have the ball when play resumes. But the Bullets were 9-5 without Chris Webber. Look at Robert Pack, a guy who was averaging 18.5 points a game and running the fast break effectively. And Mark Price, a four-time All-Star who really never got a chance to show what he could do here.
Yeah, and you still have players like Brent Price, Chris Whitney filling in for them and doing a very admirable job.
But despite all those obstacles, the Bullets are still within striking distance of a playoff spot, currently 3.5 games out of the last spot in the East. But a big blow tonight if Rasheed Wallace is lost.
Right, and you certainly don't want to look, past this season and into what will happen when you get everybody healthy, because their chances are still good. You see that 3 games out behind Miami.
Stolen by Brooks Thompson. And the left-hander drills the jumper, his first basket of the game.
Now, Juwan just hasn't been on target with his passing tonight. He's had a couple of real difficult passes that have gone sour on him. And last lob attempt into McElvain results in a turnover.
Magic lead by 4. They double Juwan and force him outside. Price penetrates. And McElvain is fouled by John Cronkite. That's his second foul and the 14th foul.
Kind of sense the crowd is kind of quieted down. Need to get things going. McElvain will shoot 2 free throws now.
Free throw shooting not really a strength for Jim McElvain. He works very hard at it, spends a lot of time practicing his free throws, but still is only at 56% for the year.
Sound pretty good tonight, though.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
71-69 Orlando. 4:20 left in the third quarter. Steal by Calbert Chaney. Four minutes left in the quarter. Chaney posting Brooks Thompson. Price to Eccles. Now they've got to look for a shot with 6 left on the shot clock. Into Chaney. And he is fouled. No basket. Foul on Brooks Thompson.
Well, I thought Liddell might pull the trigger once he touched the ball with about 8 or 9 seconds on the shot clock, but he swung it quickly. And then this is the mismatch that they were able to get from that inside. Of course, no basket. The foul occurred before he shot it.
Calbert Cheaney with 9 points. The Bullets at the free throw line have made 13 of 16.
Shot well.
Orlando is 4 for 9. That had many opportunities, most of those by shot.
Probably missed that second shot.
71-70 Magic, 3:40 left in the third. Dennis Scott against Liddell Eccles. Blocked by Howard. Horace Grant gets it off. And they come away empty. Bullets with a chance to take the lead as Howard powers down the middle. Kicks it to Cheaney for a three. And knocked out of bounds by Juwan Howard.
Well, that could have been a big three for Calbert to hit that and take the Bullets back into the lead. Hasn't missed many shots tonight, has Calbert. Of course, hasn't taken a lot.
Hardaway out of post up. He can hurt you so many ways, and this is one of them. Tipped out front to Penny. Fakes the three. And it's out of bounds for Orlando. We get a timeout with 2:52 left in the third. The Magic leads 71-70. It looks like Shaq is coming back in. Postal Service points in the paint. Neither team has had much of a lead. The biggest lead for either club, 5 points. We've had 15 ties and 14 lead changes. Shaquille O'Neal comes back in. He's poured in 28 points tonight. And the Magic lead 71-70. They've not really been pulled away despite the big outburst from Shaq.
Kind of reminds you of that Utah game where both teams traded the leads over and over.
And the Bullets wound up winning that.
Yeah.
They've beaten some good teams at home lately. Utah and Seattle both come to mind. They'd like to hand Orlando a loss. The Magic have won the last 3 on the road. Bullets double Hardaway. He swings it to Brooks Thompson for a three-pointer. And Shaq rams it home.
The Bullets were forced to rotate Brent Price on Shaquille O'Neal underneath. Not much he can do.
30 points for Shaquille O'Neal, and we're still in the third quarter. Juwan Howard. And it's out of bounds to Orlando. The Shaq season high of 41 is certainly within reach. They've gone to him, I would say, 80% of the time when he's been in the game, they've gone right to him.
Yeah, and we have not seen the Bullets really change in terms of trying to put some pressure on him.
They're not double teaming
him, I mean.
Shaq over McIlvaine. Brent Price runs him down. Ahead to Liddell Eccles. And Brooks Thompson grabs the ball and calls a timeout. A 20-second timeout.
Well, once again, I think that might have been one of those plays. Brent might have made his mind up to pass that ball. He had 2 other Bullet runners on the other side. Could have had maybe a better selection had he kept his dribble a few more times. But you have seen the Bullets run the ball a lot more. Here's this last shot. Watch Shaquille just move Brent Price out of the way. No one can stop him at that point. And I think Shaquille's telling Juwan, why would you have that little guy on me?
What's wrong with you guys? Why don't you double team me? Well, he's got both centers in foul trouble. Murasan is already on the bench with 4. Jim McIlvaine picked up 2 quick ones in the first half. Not really in foul trouble, but he does have a couple. And all George can do is sit and watch at this point.
And of course, they really missed George's offensive game. Even though he's had trouble scoring tonight, he still is a threat.
Hardaway scores in the fadeaway. 14 for Penny Hardaway, and it's 75-70. This matches Orlando's biggest lead. Hardaway's hit 7 of 10 shots. This entry pass to Juwan. Surrounded by Magic. 3 guys took a shot at him that time. Foul is on Horace Grant, his second, and that puts the Magic over the limit.
Horace Grant has really done a good job on Juwan, especially when you think how much the Bullets like to get the ball in his hands, and also only to come away with 2 fouls so far.
And when Juwan Howard was a kid growing up in Chicago, he used to go out to Chicago Stadium and watch Horace Grant, Michael Jordan, and Scottie Pippen. Those are the guys he idolized when he was a youngster.
You make it sound like Juwan is that much younger than Horace.
Anthony Bowie checks in. Does Juwan remember your career?
No, I don't.
What is it?
I don't think he was
old school.
Old school, yeah. I don't know where he picked that one up, but it's kind of caught on now.
Better than George Murason's nickname.
Yeah, it's a fact. Bold. Hey, bold. Are you? Maybe he's saying I'm bold.
I don't think it's bold. It's B-A-L-D. Bullets still hanging tough, down by 3 with just over a minute left in the third period.
Boy, making it hard to get that shit.
And get it in Juwan. He scored. He's got 23. And it's 75-74 Orlando.
A couple of games ago, Juwan was really fighting off the flu bug. Nice steal from Brent.
Price on the dish to Cheney for the lead.
Yeah.
76-75 Bullets. Good. Rasheed Wallace out of the game with a broken thumb, with George Murason sidelined with 4 fouls. You would think the odds are stacked against the Bullets, but they lead 76-75.
Yeah, they've been hanging right around. They've had some scrappy play, particularly from Brent, who's not shooting the ball exceptionally well, but he's made some good plays and coming up with rebounds and loose balls. That last steal was a nice defensive play. Watch it again. Just slips in behind Thompson and takes it down. Behind the back, and the Bullets have been continuing to convert their fast break attempts. This one, a nice perimeter shot from Calbert Cheney. When you look at the fast break points, the Bullets are leading by a large margin, 17-4.
You know, if you just looked at the box score and didn't look at the scoreboard, you see George Murason with 4 points and 4 fouls and not even in the game. Rasheed Wallace is out of the game. Brent Price is scoreless. You think the Bullets would be way behind.
Yeah.
You look up at the scoreboard and they're ahead, 76-75.
But a lot of that's due to the fact they've had some great play off the bench. Tim Legler, Liddell Echols have done a good job. Chris Whitney, that's right. You've also had the steady player, Juwan Howard, in there. Rasheed Wallace before he went down. And Calbert Cheney has shot the ball extremely well. But I was going to mention, you know, in talking with Juwan after a game recently where he was kind of bitten by the flu bug and he was kind of going up the back stairs, looked like he was really tired. He played about 40 minutes in the game, and you know, I was asking him if he felt like teams now in the second half of the season are making it much more difficult for him to get the ball. You saw Horace Grant fronting him, and he said, "You're right. I'm being forced to get the ball further out on the floor. The double team is coming a lot quicker, but." With all respect to Juwan and how he's able to handle it, he continues to put up the real steady numbers.
He's hit 9 of 15 shots and has 23 points tonight. Anthony Bowie off the dribble. Horace Grant tipped it off the glass, and a new 24-second count. Shaq guarded by McIlvaine. He throws 2 more down. 32 points for Shaquille O'Neal, who is 14 for 26 from the floor and has hit almost every conceivable shot. Magic by 1. The Bullets can work for the last shot. Howard isolating Horace Grant. They double him. Out to Echols. To Price for a 3. Got it. Oh, won't count though. He stepped out of bounds. He'd missed his first 5 3-pointers. He hits this one, but his foot was on the sideline.
Well, that's one they could really use. Only a second left on the clock. That would have given them a 2-point lead going into that last quarter. It just doesn't count.
And Jim Lynam wants somebody to front Shaq. They're afraid of the long toss going down the floor to Shaquille, so they'll front him with Cheney. Dennis Scott winds up, fires to Horace Grant from half court. That brings the third quarter to an end with a score Orlando 77, the Bullets 76. Wish the Mitchell Butler Foundation to provide financial assistance to the economically less fortunate. The Mitchell Butler Foundation benefit will raise money for a scholarship fund on Sunday at the Hard Rock Cafe in Washington, D.C. That's located at 514 10th Street Northwest. The event will begin at 8:30 following the 3:30 Bullets game against the Nuggets. The special guests will include Chris Webber, Juwan Howard, Calbert Cheaney, and many more. Tickets are available at $50 per person. Can be purchased in advance through Ticketmaster. For more information, call 1-800-475-2570. They tell us it's $25 a person, despite what's written on this copy.
Well, Mel, I'll give you a break. The Bullets have done an excellent job fast break-wise. 17-2, they have the advantage. But you have Orlando with 17 more shots, 69-52, and a lot of that's due to the offensive rebounds, 13-4 in their favor. The Bullets have got to do a better job of keeping them off the offensive glass for the second and third attempts.
George Mirasan is back in, playing with 4 fouls, and quickly picks up his 5th. Well, Jim Lynam has a decision to make. Does he take him out? Or does he stay with him now?
Well, they get the ball right in, and once again, they've been able to isolate him, so there's no help coming from the opposite side. And I think your question has been answered.
Jim McElvain returns. He's been forced to play a lot of minutes tonight because of George's foul problems.
And with Jim not having nearly the offensive potential as George, that really allows Shaquille to roam around defensively and create even more havoc for the Bullets offense.
Shaq makes 1 out of 2. He's got 33, and the Magic lead 78-76. First minute of the fourth quarter. Price to Howard on a pick and roll.
Well, they're starting to work that pretty well, and normally you'll see Juwan slip that pick, but that time he set a pretty good pick and then rolled to the basket.
And he might be closing in on a new season high. He's got 25. His season high is 32. Back to Shaq. He's been unstoppable. Up high for the rebound, Liddell Eccles. Bullets trying to take the lead. Another pick and roll. Howard with a good shot. Not this time. Oh, Shaq clobbered teammate Joe Wolf in getting that rebound. He knocked him flat.
I guess you can't call a foul when you knock your own man down, but if there was ever a case.
Hardaway gets behind the defense.
Well, they've been able to create situations where they've isolated their key scorers in Penny and Shaq. That time, Penny got away from his man, and there was no help.
Jim Legler had a good first half. Back in there, he had 7 in the first half, and he's tripped by Shaquille O'Neal. That's his 4th foul.
And you're seeing all the way around the league, you're seeing centers step out when you have that pick and roll, trying to drive that guard back. Shaquille gets partly out there. Most of it was his foot.
Well, the Bullets love to get another foul on him and get Shaq out of there. Eccles out of post up. Over Bowie. Joe Wolf with the rebound. Fans thought he was out of bounds.
Yeah, we didn't have a good enough angle to see that. It's a lob.
Into Shaq, who throws it down. The assist by Bowie, and that's 35 for Shaq. 82-78 Orlando.
You know, you watch that kind of play and you don't realize the kind of timing and coordination it really takes to complete that play.
Juwan Howard calls for the ball. This time guarded by Wolf. Here comes Shaquille. Price. Got it. First basket of the game for Brent Price. And it's 82-80 Orlando. 9.5 to go. Fourth quarter.
It's good.
Brent Price that time tried to sag back and help out defensively, but Jim McElvain has picked up his 3rd foul.
Well, that's one of the few times we've seen somebody double back in and help on Shaquille, and that's a good place to do it. You see his attention is in the other direction. He really never sees Brent Price sneaking in behind him.
Chris Whitney is back in for the Bullets, replacing Brent Price. 9:26 left in the game. It's 82-80 Orlando. Hardaway against Eccles. Shaq trying to find the handle. He grabs it, feeds Bowie. He misses the layup.
Bulls should have some numbers.
Howard to Whitney, the little man, unable to convert, but he'll go to the line. Juwan was in trouble, was trapped, found Chris Whitney open.
Well, the Bulls should have had numbers down there. Shaquille was slow in getting back. Bowie went down after attempting that last shot. But the other three defenders for Orlando did a good job in covering up. But you have your trailer here, and Whitney comes in down the middle.
8 points for Chris Whitney. The Bullets have had to dip into the CBA, I think, more this year than any year I can recall.
They've gone down there and done pretty well for themselves.
Houston Rockets have also made use of the CBA, but the Bullets have had Whitney and Kevin Pritchard, Greg Graham. McElvain trying to block the shot, and he's picked up another foul. That's 4 on him. Bullets may not have a center left. Murison has 5 fouls. McElvain has 4. And Rasheed Wallace, who would play center in an emergency, has a broken thumb.
Well, here's that play again, and you have, you've got to try and stay in front of Penny Hardaway at that position. But again, he's so quick, he spins to the basket, and you can't get help there in time.
17 points for Penny Hardaway. And now 18, and Orlando leads 84-82 with 8:53 left in the game. Bullets have Whitney, Legler, Howard, Eccles, and McElvain on the floor. Tough pass, and Liddell Eccles goes out of bounds. He tried to call timeout. Let's see if they get it.
He got it.
And it'll be the Bullets' ball when play resumes. We'll return with Orlando up by 2 and 8:44 left in this game.
On the bet, it's got something to do with Shaquille O'Neal, who shows a lot of balance and coordination up there in the air, grab the ball, turn around, and stuff it. The Roy Rogers dunk of the game.
And here's Al Copeland with an update on Rasheed Wallace's injury.
Well, Mel, what I've been able to find out is Rasheed was hurt when he was hacked across the hand, the left hand, during the first quarter. He tried to play the rest of the way. It bothered him at halftime. They took him back out. I talked to Dr. Stephen Haas. He couldn't give me a specific idea of how long Rasheed is out. He said he needs more x-rays after the game, but he did say he thinks he's going to be out for a long time.
And that is not good. Tim Legler's basket has tied it. Now the Bullets trying to take the lead. Liddell Eccles is fouled by Joe Wolf.
They'll always keeps himself in a position where he can get that shot off, absorb that contact from Wolf, but then was able to pull away and get the shot off at least. Watch him protect the ball, pull it away, and shoot it off the glass. But Liddell, who's a good free throw shooter, has 2.
He scored 9 of his 10 points in a burst in the second quarter. He really gave the Bullets a lift. The bench did an excellent job in the first half. The bench hit 9 of 11 shots from the floor.
Yeah, you just saw Tim Legler get 2 more on a nice drive.
And the Bullets lead 86-84 with 8:20 left in the game. Bullets put pressure on. Ryan Shaw, number 20, back in the game along with Hardaway, Wolf, O'Neal, and Bowie for the Magic.
Well, good help that time. Juwan slid over on Shaq.
Bowie, short, rebounded by Chris Whitney. Looking to push it up. Legler into Howard. Wolf gives him a little room. Now he tightens up on it. Joe Wolf with a rebound. Whitney reaching in, called for the foul. I think Hardaway was trying to take advantage of that mismatch.
Yeah, you saw him spin to the middle, and he was getting ready to pull up. I think the foul was not on the hack, but probably more so on the hand checking with the left hand.
First foul on Chris Whitney, 4th team foul. 7:38 left in the game. The Bullets lead by 2. What a move by Hardaway. Scored.
He's been able to do that quite a bit tonight, and that spin on that baseline, the Bullets have not been able to have help there.
Whitney blows by Hardaway, but misses the layup. Eccles scores on the follow. Bullets. What a game we've got here. Backdoor to shot from Brian Shaw. 37 for Shaquille O'Neal.
I bet you if we saw that play again, Shaquille had that ball in the cylinder. That ball was close to going in off the pass.
20th time the game has been tied. It's 88 all. Liddell Eccles driving in. Not quite. Orlando with a chance to take the lead. Shaw to Hardaway. He misses the chance.
There he is.
Legler open for three. Rebounded by Joe Wolf. It's still 88 all. 6 to go.
They were a little late in getting that ball there. Legler was there for a while.
Wolf into Brian Shaw. Shaq checks the shot clock. Plenty of time left. He shoots a fall away. Tipped by McIlvaine. He knocks it out of bounds. Substitutions. Horace Grant is back in for Orlando. Calbert Cheney returns for the Bullets, replacing Liddell Eccles. Did a nice job. And Jim Bynum's going to send George Murison in.
They'll get a little offense in there.
I think Jim McIlvaine's tongue is hanging down around his ankles. He's had to play a lot of minutes tonight against one of the best centers in the game.
Yeah, and he also, coming off a little bit of the flu bug from the other night, had to sit down most of that San Antonio game.
And Murison is in there with 5 fouls, trying to give McIlvaine a chance to catch his breath. 6 minutes left in the game.
And he's still not going to hit.
Shaq bangs it up, no good, gets it back, and scores. 39 points for Shaquille O'Neal within 2 of his season high, and he's given his team a 2-point lead.
Second chance opportunities, offensive rebounds have really just hurt the Bullets tonight.
Legler on the drive. That's something he's had to do more of the second half of the season since he won the long-distance shootout. Teams are very aware of what a great outside shooter he is. They're playing up on him and forcing him to drive.
And that's like daring you to put the ball on the floor. Look how close Anthony Bowie is on Legler. He has no choice but to drive by him. He's just playing him too tight.
Legler with 9 points tonight, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Bullets have hit 19 of 23. Yeah, hanging tough, aren't they?
Yeah. Not many nights have we had the Bullets shooting that many more free throws than their opponents, so that's certainly a good part.
Score tied at 90. Just over 5 minutes left in the game. Shaw to Hardaway. Trying to dish off, hands it to Murison, and then ties him up. And a good call.
Well, Lynham doesn't like that, and if we see that on replay, I don't think Penny had anything. He was reaching for the ball, but good cover up there. He tries to slip in there a pass, and both Tim and George get the ball. Oh.
And the Bullets control the tip. Trying to regain the lead. Neither team's been able to pull away tonight. Whitney guns it up for 3. Oh, basket! Chris Whitney, no conscience. 93-90 Bullets.
He's not afraid to take the big shots. He's done it before.
Blocked by Juwan Howard. Here come the Bullets, leading by 3. Cheney to Whitney again. Holy mackerel! Chris Whitney. It was in the CBA just weeks ago. Having one of the biggest games of his pro career, he scored 5 straight points, and the Bullets lead 95-90. Bullets are hoping to
making its way back towards the Bullet locker room. Want to give you a couple scores. The Bullets may be getting help right now from Atlanta. They're leading 107-81 over Charlotte. It's 50-50 Miami and Milwaukee.
All right, Alan, Chris Whitney has been like Mike Tyson, delivering 5 straight points for the Bullets, and they lead 95-90.
Well, the Bullets bench
And a foul call on the Bullets. If it's on Murison, he's gone.
Looks like Juwan. Yeah. Now the Bullet bench has been fantastic. 43-6. The Bullets bench has outscored Orlando. They've also done well with the fast break. 21-4 in that area. And you see him going right at George Murison, but it was Juwan Howard that picked up the foul from the side.
And Penny Hardaway misses the first of 2. Off the Bullet bench, Chris Whitney has 14. Liddell Eccles 13. Tim Legler has 11 on a night when Brent Price has only scored 2. Rasheed Wallace has not played since leaving the game, obviously with a broken thumb, and George Murison has only 4 points. The bench has come to the rescue. 21 points for Hardaway, 95-91 Bullets. 4:20 left in the game. Bullets are trying to pick up their bench and whack the Magic over the head with it. Murison. Got it. This is the biggest lead for either team tonight. The Bullets are up by 6 with 4 minutes to go. Into Shaq, guarded by Murison, who has 5 fouls. He's short. Shaq grabs it and scores again. He's got 41, tying the season high. 97-93 Bullets.
Boy, these loose balls and offensive rebounds, the Bullets have to come up with a few more.
Howard a little beyond his range. Tim Legler off to Whitney. He's hit some big shots, but misses this one. And it's knocked out of bounds by whom? It'll be Orlando's ball.
Shaq going down, trying to get the attention of the official and possibly get George's 6th foul. Didn't work, though.
Talk about guys acting. He is really an actor.
No, he's going to have to do a better acting job than that, though. He'll have to sell us a little better.
Shaq looking to score. Throws down 2 more. He's got 43, a new season high. 97-95 Bullets. 3 minutes left. Can the Bullets hold off the Magic?
Really would seem like you would send somebody at him in the middle, make him pass the ball, make him get an assist.
Into Juwan Howard, who's had a big game with 25. He pushes off, and that'll be an offensive foul.
I think Juwan has really been fighting the pressure most of the game. Fans don't like that play. Let's take a second look at it. Tough call, could have gone either way.
97-95 Bullets, 2:40 left in the game. Dennis Scott backs down on Legler. Whitney almost had the steal. Grant pumps it up. Oh, look at Whitney grab the rebound. The smallest man on the floor. He's done a little bit of everything. Legler for 3. And it'll be the Bullets ball.
That went off of Shaq, yeah. Bullets push the ball up well that time, and you don't see Legler miss many open threes like that. That could have been a big one.
AT&T shot of the game.
And is there any doubt what play we're going to call the play of the game? Giza around, the spin, off the glass and in.
It's been the play of the year.
The AT&T shot of the game. What a shot.
Bullets lead 97-95 with 2:16 left in the game. They have the ball. Into Murison. Making Shaq play some defense. Tough shot. George Bill is off. He rebounds the miss, gets it blocked by Shaq, who takes it away.
Well, Shaq has really been on his game at both ends of the court. He's blocked several shots of George tonight.
Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal have been most of the offense in the 4th quarter. Shaq has 11 points, Hardaway 7. Nobody else has scored. Murison almost stripped it away. Shaq backs him in and lays it in. 45 points for Shaquille O'Neal, who is 20 for 36 from the floor, and he ties the score at 97. Orlando has scored 6 straight points, all by Shaq. I'll tell you what, Anthony Hardaway is having a tough time staying with Chris.
Yeah, and he was concentrating on Chris that time, trying to stay in front of him, certainly not allow open shots. And Chris crossed him up, went baseline. Watch this move. Juwan's coming over to set the pick. Chris uses some good quick instincts, goes the other way.
Whitney has not missed a free throw since joining the Bullets. He's 5 for 5 tonight, 11 for 11 on the season. Jim McElvain replaces George Murison. What a performance by Chris Whitney.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, he was playing for the Florida Sea Dogs in the CBA. He's got 16 points in 17 minutes and has given the Bullets a 2-point lead. A minute 28 left in the game. Hardaway out to Horace Grant.
Oh, good hustle there from Juwan. He had to play 2 players, basically.
Shot clock is down to 6. Shaq trying to get closer. Foul is called on Jim McElvain. That's his 5th.
Well, I still think even that is better, even though you have people with foul trouble. He's coming across with the left hand. Yeah, reaching in, trying to shoot with the left hand, but as opposed to letting him go scot-free across the middle there and shooting that jump hook shot.
Shaq has made only 5 of 9 free throw attempts. He drills this one. He's got 46 points. George Murison replaces Jim McElvain. Shaq is within 7 of his career high of 53. This one could tie it. He gets the roll. 47 points for Shaquille O'Neal, but it's 99 all with a minute 9 left in the game. Bullets going with a patchwork lineup. Rasheed Wallace is out with a broken thumb. Chris Whitney, former CBA, stepped up big. Juwan Howard, his consistent self. Scored to Cheney. Tough shot, may have been fouled. No whistle, and a timeout is called by Orlando as Calbert Cheney is furious. He thought he got fouled.
Tim Legler also speaking to the referee. I think they've got 2 bones to pick. That cross-court pass, Cheney does a good job, but first of all, is there contact there on that shot? And the other, does Shaquille really come out of bounds? Yeah, there's the body contact. Does he make this before he comes down? That's awfully close. He may have done that. We'll get a good angle this time. But the key is that there was some contact there. The Bullets wanted his 5th foul. Didn't get it.
Boy, that hurt. Instead of Cheney going to the line to shoot 2, and he's a good free throw shooter, no foul is called. Orlando will have the ball with a chance to take the lead. That was a huge non-call.
And you got to know where that ball's going. I mean, they've had so much success. 47 points for Shaquille.
You know, I don't know if this is an omen, but I've seen some big scoring games. I saw Bernard King for the Knicks get 60 against the New Jersey Nets on Christmas Day 1984 in the Garden, but the Knicks lost. I saw Purvis Short on Golden State get 60 against the New Jersey Nets, but Golden State lost. Sometimes when you get one guy scoring all the points, you keep going to him. If he doesn't deliver, we lose.
Yeah, you look at the timeouts left, the Bullets in good position there. What happens is your other players get a little stale. They're not as sharp and crisp. And when they're called upon to take that last shot or make that big play, they're not really ready for it.
Only Shaq and Penny Hardaway have scored for the Magic in the 4th quarter. They were the top scoring duo in the NBA last year. Here's Al.
Well, Mel, no special instructions from Jim Lynam concerning double teams on Shaq, telling his team 5 to the board, particularly emphasis on Murison, saying no second shots. If the Bullets get a stop, look for them to go to Juwan Howard on that veer play.
Penny Hardaway calls out a set play with less than a minute to go, and the score tied at 99.
They tried to set up the lob, the backdoor lob for Shaquille. Didn't work.
Hardaway for the lead. He's already hit 3 game-winning shots this year, and he gives his team a 2-point lead. Less than 30 seconds to go. Bullets do have 2 timeouts left, but they don't want to take it, apparently. Juwan Howard is fouled by Horace Grant, and they send him to the line to shoot 2 with a chance to tie. Third foul on Grant.
Really kind of surprised Horace committed that foul. He just reaches across the body there. Watch. Gets called for the foul.
Yeah. Juwan is 6 for 9 at the free throw line, has 26. His close friend Chris Webber cheering him on. This one can tie it. And it's 101 all. 27 for Juwan. 18.4 seconds left.
Well, let's see if they get in the shack. The Bullets decide to do something different.
Orlando has 1 timeout left. They want to use it. They're going for the winner here. 6 seconds. Hardaway with the ball. Going for the win. Hardaway off to Dennis Scott for a 3. No good. And we're going to overtime.
Couldn't ask for a better shot than that. And the record holder for most threes in a season, Dennis Scott, gets a clear, wide open look. They've only had 8 threes before that in this game, but Bullets come up on the top end of that with a miss from Dennis Scott. But they put the ball in Penny Hardaway's hand because he's such a good creator. He can get his own shot, but look how wide open Dennis Scott is. Yeah, it just hits the front of the rim, side of the rim, I should say.
So we're going to overtime with the score tied at 101, and let's again check in with Al Koken. And apparently we're having some difficulty. How close did Al get to Mike Tyson?
Maybe too close.
We'll talk about Shaq and Penny Hardaway being the 1-2 punch. They scored all 24 of Orlando's points in the fourth quarter. Shaq had 15, Penny with 9. O'Neal finishes regulation with 47 points. Hardaway with 23. For the Bullets, Juwan Howard has 27.
And like you mentioned before, the Bullet bench coming up big time. 44 points off the bench for the Bullets. Chris Whitney, Liddell Echols, all doing a good job. Tim Legler.
The Bullets are not in the best of shape going to the overtime period. They've already lost Rasheed Wallace with a broken thumb. George Muresan has 5 fouls. Jim McElvain with 5. I think it's been kind of interesting the way Jim Lynam has flip-flopped McElvain and Muresan, trying to keep either from fouling out.
Well, right. Certainly trying to get McElvain on the defensive end, George on the offensive end when you can do that. Here's the last play again. Calbert Cheaney bodying up. That would have been a...
And let's see if we can go to Al Koken again. Al?
Mel, thanks again. No special instructions from Jim Lynam concerning defense against Shaquille O'Neal. He's telling Chris Whitney and the Bullets, we want to run. We can't get into a half-court game with these guys. Push the attack a little more. Also telling Tim Legler, stay a lot closer to Dennis Scott. That was much too wide open a shot that Dennis Scott had to possibly win the game.
All right, thank you. Jim Lynam will stay with Chris Whitney at the point in the overtime.
Yeah, I think Dennis was so wide open it threw off his concentration, and he missed that shot poorly.
For Orlando, Anthony Hardaway, Anthony Bowie, Horace Grant, Dennis Scott, and Shaquille O'Neal in the overtime period. Hardaway against Calbert Cheaney. Muresan tips it out to Tim Legler. The Bullets go with Whitney, Legler, Cheaney, Howard, and Muresan. Chris Whitney has had maybe the biggest game of his career tonight.
He's earned himself a lot of minutes, too.
Shot clock is down to 6. Cheaney off to Muresan. 3 on the shot clock. You got to short it, George. Nope, not this time.
He went for the 3, man.
Bowie to Scott. He loses the ball, but a foul is called. Oh, this is going to be an inadvertent whistle, which may have cost the Bullets a fast break.
Well,
official David Jones, I think, is anticipating a foul.
Yeah. At least he corrected it, and instead of compounding the problem, you do have Shaquille and Penny that are back there anyway. And again, you see Dennis Scott just lost the ball. He was anticipating a little more contact than that. But I'm glad he didn't just try and cover up and just make the foul stay.
Juwan Howard for the lead. Rebounded by Shaquille O'Neal, who has 15 boards and 47 points. We're under 4 minutes. They don't reach. Don't reach. 49 for Shaquille O'Neal, within 4 of his career high. Bullets have done little, if any, double teaming on him.
That's right. They've gone with the idea that they're going to go one-on-one cover the other players up.
Chaney banks it home to tie it at 103. 3:19 left in the game. It's become a half-court game now, as it usually does in a tight game, an overtime game, or in the playoffs.
But remember what Al said, that lineup wants his team to get out and run when they get those opportunities. So get some rebounds, look for chances to convert, but offensive rebounds are killing the Bullets.
Hardaway slips inside. 25 for Penny Hardaway, and the Bullets will call a timeout as Penny has given Orlando a 105-103 lead with 2:53 to go. Hardaway, certainly a big game player. I mentioned he's already won 3 games this year with game-winning shots, and we saw him take over a game earlier this year against the Bullets in which he scored 30.
And he makes a nice move here, finishes off with the left hand, and it's 6'8". With the jumping ability, he can finish off with anybody. But Calvert just got through hitting a tough shot at the other end to tie it up. And I like that aggressive move. He's able to get his shot off above Anthony Bowie.
It's been Shaq and Penny in the fourth quarter. Nobody else has even scored in the fourth quarter. In overtime, they've scored 28.
Again, that may be part of the contribution to Scott missing that last shot. Probably hasn't shot much, hadn't touched the ball that much. So now all of a sudden he gets hit with the ball and with the shot clock winding down and could not convert that shot. And this is a perfect time, Mel, I think, to force him to try and do something else, make somebody else beat you. We know what Shaq's going to do, and he's been doing it most of the night.
Are you surprised the Bullets continue to play him straight up rather than double teaming?
Yeah, I am. And we've seen the Bullets against other centers do a real good job of doubling down and then covering, splitting out to the perimeters, covering up the shooters.
Al?
All right, Mel, again, no special attention to Shaq. Obviously telling his team, get after those boards. Telling George Mirasan, get your hands up as soon as your shot's done. Look for Chris Whitney to do a little penetrating here. Kick it back to Juwan at the foul line. Juwan has all the options to drive, pass, or shoot.
Whitney gets bonked, throws up a shot that almost went in, and Mirasan tips it in to tie it.
Well, I don't know if Chris Whitney knew it or not, but he got knocked down by George Mirasan, who got hung up in the middle of the court there. You want to clear him out a little bit more than that.
What a crazy play, but it ties the score at 105. Back to Shaq, closing in on a 50-point game. That could have been an offensive foul, but there's no whistle.
Could have gone either way. I thought that George may have gotten called for the reach.
Whitney for the lead. Anthony Bowie and Juwan Howard got tangled up. Nothing was called. And quickly separated. The score is tied at 105. 2 minutes left in overtime. The Magic going to Hardaway and Shaq on every possession. They scored the last 34 points.
You want some help.
Hardaway got it. And that's why they go to him. 107-105 Orlando. Hardaway has 27.
Yeah, they continue with that theme of Penny and Shaq. Will anybody else score on that team?
Mirasan open underneath. This is the shot. And Orlando has the ball in a 2-point lead with a minute 26 left in overtime. Into Shaq. Tough shot. It rims on. He gets the rebound. Goes back up and is fouled. See who they call it on.
Juwan trying to get the call. Let's see. What's the suspense? Okay, they gave it to him.
It's 4 fouls on Juwan.
Did you see how
George Mirasan, he would have fouled out.
Yeah, did you see how quickly Shaq recovered? He goes up, misses a shot, but he's right back up to grab it. I mean, that makes him such a tough opponent. Forget about the strength that he has and power, but then the quickness added to that.
And a big missed free throw. Going for 50 points.
Bulls have to make sure they get this rebound if he
Missed the ball. Shaq has scored 49 but missed 2 of them, and it's 107-105 Orlando. Just over a minute to go. In OT. Howard moves into the low post. Whitney delivers it. They double Juwan. He forces it up. No good. Rebounded by O'Neal. Less than a minute to go to score 107-105 Orlando. Shaq has 17 boards and 49 points. Bullets need to stop on this possession. Hardaway backs down on Chaney. A fall away. What a huge shot.
He seems to elevate his concentration as the game winds down and gets on the line. Just a tough shot. Calbert Chaney keeping a hand up.
And Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal have scored the last 38 points for Orlando.
Take a look at it again. He's just banging down low, gets him where he wants, and then shoots the soft fadeaway. Penny Hardaway's hit some big shots all year long. This is the one earlier against Juwan Howard with the shot clock winding down. So Penny Hardaway has really elevated his concentration. He shot the ball extremely well, but again, this is the kind of situation you say defensively, you got to make a team do something different. You want to make somebody else maybe handle the ball or make the play. It's been Shaq and Penny all the way.
And I really think Hardaway has taken his game to that level of someone like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, in terms of being able to take over a game and hit big shots.
Well, no question about it. He's he handles the ball so well. His turnovers are down. His assists are up. And then his shooting percentage is over 51%. So he's got the full package.
Regardless of how you cut it now, with 28.2 seconds left, the Bullets need 2 possessions. They're down by 4.
Yeah, unless Orlando were to make a very serious mistake and foul a three-point shooter. But there's still time to do that, but you've got to come down, obviously, and get yourself a very quick basket. Look to see Whitney handle it and trying to get a quick penetration.
On Sunday afternoon, the Bullets host the Denver Nuggets. Roy Rogers' Bullets Report gets underway at 3 o'clock with Al Coca. The game to follow at 3:30. We've got a dandy going here tonight, but Anthony Hardaway has given Orlando a 4-point lead with 28.2 seconds left. Orlando does have a foul to give, too. Jim Legler, the second best 3-point shooter in the league, inbounds to Juwan Howard. Oh. Bulls need a quick basket. Whitney trying to get it off. Howard into Mirasan. He fumbles it away. And that's pretty much going to seal the Bullets' fate as Juwan Howard has to foul Penny Hardaway.
One of the problems, they took a lot of time off the clock and just trying to get that shot off. You don't want to just throw him a bad shot, but I know their first option was to get the ball into Chris Whitney and get some penetration there, but didn't have that happen. They had to swing it around, and that's a tough pass for George to handle. Those quick passes.
Hardaway misses the first free throw. Liddell Eccles, another good 3-point shooter, checks in. Replacing. No, I'm not going to put him in. He's going to go back to the bench. 13.4 seconds left. Orlando up by 4. Hardaway now has 30, and the Bullets call a timeout. Orlando has opened up a 6-point lead. So just as he did in an earlier game against the Bullets this year, Anthony Hardaway taking over with a lot of help from Shaquille O'Neal, but it was Hardaway stepping up here in the last 2 minutes.
Well, he's hit a couple of jumpers.
From the baseline, also Tim Legler, Calbert Cheney coming back in, but Jim Lynam has said we don't definitely need a three. Get the two if that's the only thing you've got, then a quick foul or a steal.
What they need is a quick shot. Legler trying to get it off and has it stolen by Brian Shaw, and he goes out of bounds, but it cost the Bullets some precious time. Now only 9.5 seconds left.
Yeah, a little over 4 seconds. But of course, Orlando, the defenders are taking away any possible three. They're overplaying the Bullets. If they got to put it on the floor, that's going to take time.
Whitney trying to get off a shot and does. Drills a three-pointer. 1:10-108, 4.2 seconds left. Orlando by 2. The Bullets need the ball. Into Brian Shaw, who's immediately fouled.
And you notice Shaquille not in the game at this point. They want to have make sure they have some pretty good free throw shooters in there.
What a performance by Chris Whitney, who has 19 points in 24 minutes. He's hit 3 three-pointers.
Boy, this is a tough shot because they're all over, and both of them knowing that that's what they want to do. They want to force him to take time and also move inside that three-point line.
Brian Shaw, normally a pretty good free throw shooter at 80%, but he hasn't played in the game for a while. He's been on the injured list and was just activated. This is his first free throw of the game. And he misses it, so the Bullets are still alive. This has been a gutsy performance by an undermanned Bullet team without Robert Pack, Chris Webber, Mark Price. They lost Rasheed Wallace to a broken thumb, and they're still alive. 1:11-108, 3.4 seconds left. Juwan Howard winds up, fires it long for Legler. Legler for three! Ah, he just missed it, but he's going to shoot 3 free throws. I believe a foul was called. Apparently not. I thought I saw one of the officials indicating a foul. But he just missed the three, and Orlando has won it in overtime.
Well, take a look again. They're looking to get the ball down court quickly so that they don't waste any time, and that's just what they do. Legler gets it. He knows he has to go up. Boy, just so close. And that would have tied it up.
Let's see if there was some contact here.
Now, it doesn't look like there was enough contact to call anything, but they put obviously a lot of pressure on Tim Legler. Couldn't get that one to go down. Tough loss for the Bullets tonight.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah, they played well.
In overtime, the final score, Orlando 111, the Bullets 108.
Hey kid, what's the celebration about?
And they must do it if they're going to win this game.
21 for Baker, 18 for Big Dog. Here's the Wizard again, 5 out of 5 from three-point land. This is his second 5-triple game as a member of the Heat. He knocked home 5 threes in a game at New Jersey.
Now, at some point, Mike Dunleavy has to make
period of play. Mid block tip, Powers to the rack between 2 defenders, missed a shot, got his own rebound with 360, up and in with a two-handed jam.
Yeah, George Karl trying to get Shawn Kemp a shot off. That's his first shot attempt. We played about half of the first quarter, so Shawn a little slow getting started, but nice follow and putback.
16-13 score. Warriors, Hardaway off the cycling screen, back to Ronnie, into the lane. Sealed off, throws it out on the wing, intercepted by Gilla, hit a paint. In a foot race with Spree to the glass, he'll win and lay it up and in.